this is for women. This video is for women. All right? Guys know this. Guys who are listening to me are going to know this, and they're going to just be nodding along and saying, Coach, why are you telling me shit I know? Well, it's not for you guys. It's for you girls. It's for you girls to like just wake up and smell what's going on. So recently, I was talking to this young woman, very attractive young woman, 29, very pretty, very smart, just a terrific person, really. And she was telling me how she had been with her boyfriend for 6 years. She was 29, mind you. She had been with her boyfriend for 6 years, and you know, no ring, no baby, right? And she was just getting a little bit sort of like restless. And it reminded me of another story I've heard. Actually, it wasn't a story I heard. It was a story I saw firsthand. It was my assistant way back in 2005 or so. This assistant I had been with her boyfriend for 10 years, since they'd both been 16 years old in high school, right? They'd been together at 16 all through university. They went to the same university because they were together. And she was 26, and they still weren't married, and no date. You know, it was just they were just, you know, they were soon enough they were going to get married. She kept saying, and she was a pretty girl, smart, hardworking, industrious. I mean, just a terrific gal in every respect. And she wanted babies and a house, and you know, the typical kind of life, right? They were together 5 more years, and then he broke up with her, and within 18 months he was married to somebody else who was pregnant. That kind of story happens all the time. The boyfriend who's with some girl for ages, I mean 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, as the case I just told you about, right? The woman was with him between the ages of 16 and 31, and he dumps her and goes off with somebody else. You know, within 18 months, this somebody else is expecting his kid, right? She was with him for 15 years and got absolutely nothing out of the relationship, you know? I mean, well, this happens all the time. See, most women, and by the way, this is for women. This video is for women, all right? Guys know this. Guys who are listening to me are going to know this, and they're going to just be nodding along and say, Coach, why are you telling me shit I know? Well, it's not for you guys, it's for you girls. It's for you girls to like just wake up and smell what's going on, okay? See, when you have an eternal boyfriend, okay, a guy you've been with for 3, 5, 10 years, see, and he still hasn't proposed and he still doesn't want to have a kid, he is never going to propose. He doesn't want you for kids. He just wants a girlfriend, somebody who can fuck with on a regular basis and who'll, you know, tidy up his room and fix his shit. He's not looking at you as marriage material or as material as the mother of his child. Doesn't matter the reason, okay? There are some guys who are just, you know, just beta losers. They just can't work up the gumption to marry a woman and have kids, okay? But they want the sex, okay? Those are the betas. Now, the guys who are more higher up on the totem pole, right? Look, how can I put this? See, guys make up their mind about a woman within 3-6 months. I mean, you're dating somebody, and within 3-6 months, you've made up your mind, you know, this girl, I can see myself with her long term. This girl, no. This girl, I can see myself having babies with her. This other girl, no. We make up our minds like that. We know, okay? How many girls have dated some guy and the guy's like, I want to get married, I want to have a family, I want to get married, and the girl's like, no, I'm nervous about it and shit like that. Well, that's different, see? There, you know, it's the guy who, she's just made up his mind. Guy, we make up our minds quickly. When we want to get married, when we want to have a family, you know, 3-6 months. That's pretty much it, you know? And the thing is, see, if you, a woman, are dating a guy and it's gone past 3-6 months, 9 months, a year, and there's no rumbling about babies or marriage, he doesn't want to be with you long term. It's simple as that. I mean, he'll want to continue on the relationship with you because, you know, he's getting sex. Why not? And a companion, somebody to go to the movies with and talk about books or music or whatever. Sure, you're not going to kick somebody like that to the curb. Somebody better rolls around, fucking A, you're going to kick them to the curb. That's how guys think. Guys, what we do, we're with somebody if they're good enough. Okay? I mean, if we're getting sex and companionship, we're pretty much set. Okay? But if we don't want to marry that person or have babies with that person, we're constantly looking for somebody better. And the second we latch on to somebody better, somebody we hook, we're going to dump the girlfriend and go off with that girl. It is a stereotype of the guys who've been with some girl for years and years and years. The relationship finally ends and he's married within 6 months, a year. It is a stereotype. And why is a stereotype a stereotype? Because it happens so many times. See? Now, women who are listening to me, probably very few of you. With a guy, you gotta make up your mind. You gotta make up your mind whether you want to be with him or not. If you have an eternal boyfriend, a guy who is not pushing to have babies and doesn't want to get married, he's never gonna want to have babies with you. He's never want to get married with you. So you gotta figure out what's what. See, you want to have a family? Yeah, nice picket fence and a nice house, a nice suburb with 2, 3, 4 rugrats, right? You got to figure out who you're with. See, women are incredibly stupid that way. There was this girl I knew in college. Oh man, she was so beautiful. It's not that she was hot. She was hot. But she was beautiful, gorgeous, and like a beautiful person. I mean, she was really like, it shone forth. One of the few times I've ever seen somebody whose natural personality and natural grace of their personality flowered and expressed itself outwardly. I mean, she was gorgeous. A girl named Natasha. And she was gorgeous. And she was with this asshole boyfriend who kept fucking with her head for years, decades. Because finally, in some alumni mag, I read how she wrote how she finally got married to the guy after all their ups and downs. No kid. She was 42, 41 when they finally got married. What, you think that they're going to have a kid? Maybe. With heroic measures, anything's possible. But this poor girl, she latched on to an eternal boyfriend who did not want to marry her, who was looking for somebody better. In college, everyone knew he was fucking around on her left, right, and center, right? And she was dumb enough to just like a fool, see? A guy will stick with a girl like that, okay, for as long as she'll put up with him. And, women are fools, because they are. And they'll put up with a dickhead like that for ages, right? And here's the interesting thing. Here's the sign that you have an eternal boyfriend. Again, this is for women so that they know. And guys who are listening to me, you know that all this shit is true because, you've been there, I've been there, we all been there. You have a boyfriend, right? Now this boyfriend, you have fights. Maybe you fight about getting married. Maybe you fight about having kids, whatever you fight about. See? And he'll deflect it and move it onto some other pet peeve. And in the end, he'll cede on the pet peeve. And you'll feel like, oh, well, we fixed our relationship. We had a big fight over kids and whatever. And it turned out that he was really upset about me, like, whatever, using his nail clippers, whatever the fuck, right? And we fixed that and we ironed it out. And now we're all happy again. See? But the issue of babies and getting married didn't get resolved now, did it? Huh? Did it? Did it? No, of course not. Of course not. Because the guy is deflecting. See? The guy is deflecting onto some trivial shit. Because a guy who is getting laid and is living, comfortably with a girlfriend that he has no intention of marrying or having babies with, he will say anything to keep her happy. Anything except, yes, I do, and I am so happy that you're pregnant. Those are the two things he will never say. Now, if you're a woman, see, your possibility of having children is limited. Don't be foolish. Don't hitch yourself to an eternal boyfriend. See? When you realize that the fucker doesn't want to get married and doesn't want to have kids, well, really, the issue is having kids, right? If you realize that, ditch him. Ditch him. Just next. See? Because you're never going to change his mind. He has already made up his mind. The only reason he will ever marry you is that he gets to be like 40 and he figures, shit, this is the best I could do, fine, I'll stick with her. That's the best that'll happen, okay? I mean, trust me, I know these things, every guy knows this. We laugh about it because it's fucking funny and sad at the same time, because we know that the guy who's doing this is a fucking dickhead who is using this poor girl, right? Using her and using up her time, because women, let me tell you, the most valuable thing, most limited thing that you have is time. Because once you hit 35, insofar as babies is concerned, it is over. Don't fool yourself. Sure, there's some crazy woman out there who spent $250,000 at the age of 45 and managed to get pregnant after 5, miscarriages, right? Sure, there's some outlier of a case here and there, but for the most part, a woman who is 35 or older is likely never going to have children. The odds drop by 70% of natural conception after the age of 35. Don't be stupid. Don't hitch yourself to an eternal boyfriend. Move on. If after 9 months the guy doesn't want to put a ring on you or stick a baby into you, move on, because it's not going to happen. Hey, you think that I'm lying and all the rest of it, and that your schlub, whomever is called, is like different. Sure. Okay. Don't tell me that I didn't warn you.